What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today, what I want to get into on this Monday afternoon is an NFL trend that actually bodes well for the New York Jets. And it's an offensive trend. How about that? Something that's happening in the league offensively in 2024 and why it's a good sign for the New York Jets. So it's no secret, the Jets offense looks really different this year than in years gone by. Through the first 3 weeks of the year, they've actually been good offensively, and it feels like there's still more meat on the bone, which is again a positive, because I think the Jets will only continue to get better offensively, and they're right around the fringe top 10 offensive team right now, which is a vast difference from where they were a season ago. They have 9 touchdowns this year already through their first 3 games of the year. That's 3 touchdowns a game. They haven't had 3 touchdowns a game to start their season 3 straight times since 1989. They didn't hit 9 touchdowns till week 11 last year. This is a very new thing for Jet fans, and even for myself personally, like looking at, the Jets' success in my lifetime has been based around teams with really great defenses. 09 and 10, they go to the playoffs based on a great defense, and offensively they did enough to get by. Before 04 and 06, kind of the same thing. But this year's been a little bit different so far. The defense is catching up to speed finally, but the offense has looked better of the two through the first 3 weeks of the year. And, the irony is when you look around the league, the quarterback play hasn't really been all that great so far. And that's not like this grand revelation that I'm having and no one else is talking about it. It's been a huge talking point through the first 3 games of the 2024 NFL season, or first 3 weeks for the NFL season. The quarterback play hasn't been all that good in the league. And comparatively to years gone by, passing touchdowns are way down in the first 3 weeks of the year. Looking at this tweet going all the way back to 2019, you're looking at passing touchdowns 159, 172, 159, 144. In 2023, that drops down to 128. And in 2024, this year, there's only 108. Now, granted, there are 2 more games left, but between those 4 quarterbacks, how many touchdowns are getting thrown tonight? Maybe another 10 to 12. So that should put you at around 118, 120. Which is down from a year ago. So really, we're seeing league-wide that passing is way down here. And the irony in all of this is the Jets finally have a quarterback who can play the position really well in Aaron Rodgers. We saw it on display in week 3, an unbelievable throw to Garrett Wilson for a touchdown. He just looked in rhythm and in sync and was making plays and running around a little bit. Like, this is not something that we're used to. The Jets have, as a team, have 6 passing touchdowns through 3 games. They had 11 all of last season, as a team. Just, again, crazy stuff when you really think about it. But the irony in this, or the real reason, I guess, that I wanted to bring this up and why this trend bodes well for the Jets, is because they have 2 really good running backs, and there's been such an emphasis, or I guess a lack of passing offense. The Jets having 2 good running backs in Breece Hall and Braylon Allen bodes well for them with this trend. And Breece Hall hasn't truly hit his stride yet, but he still has 290 yards from scrimmage and 3 touchdowns through the first 3 games of the year. And his yards per attempt will go up rushing. He's averaging 3.7 yards per attempt. He hasn't, again, I wouldn't say he's hit his stride yet, but it's going to come. We've seen way too much good from Breece Hall, and we know how talented he is, for us to believe Breece Hall is going to be a 3.7 yards per attempt guy all year. He's going to get his yardage, and the touchdowns are already there, which is great. And then for Braylon Allen, 19 carries, 96 yards. He's averaging 5.1 yards per attempt. When he gets to the second level, nobody wants to bring him down. He's huge. He's just running through people. And his speed is significantly better than I think the NFL realized going into the draft. I mean, why else would he be there, in the 4th round when the Jets grabbed him? And not to mention, has 2 touchdowns already, 1 rushing and 1 receiving. So the Jets running backs have 5 touchdowns through the first 3 games of the year. And I think with how the league is trending right now, yeah, there's talented quarterbacks. I mean, no one's going to deny it. Patrick Mahomes has been unreal. Josh Allen's a freak, and all these things. But we're seeing how important it is for defenses and the run game. And I think that's what the Jets have tried to make the identity of this team. And I think that's what the identity will be. We saw the defense get up to speed this past week. The sacks have come back the last 2 weeks. Will McDonald's been unbelievable. And, again, it feels like the defense in the last 6 quarters or so have really hit their stride and looking like the team that we've been so used to. And with the two-headed monster at running back, I think the Jets will lean on that. Sure, there'll be weeks like this past one where Aaron Rodgers throws for in the high 200s of yards and, they air him out a little bit and he makes a ton of plays. But, at the end of the day, this Jets team is going to lean on their run game, I think, and play really good defense. And this trend in the NFL, again, that we've seen over the last few years, it's not so much drop your quarterback back, 50 times and have him throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's not how the NFL has gone so far this year. And the Jets can play that way. We're not so sure if some of these other teams are built to play that way yet, but the Jets, they are. And I think that's a positive for them through 3 weeks of the NFL season. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your thoughts on the subject down below in the comments. Get after me on social media. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.